Hey everyone, we're back here at the giant tower project that's being built. The intersection of New Chardon, Merrimack, and Congress Street. And they're starting to build the concrete core that's gonna be going through the center of this new building. And they've got beams going through the concrete core that have all these little studs on them. And that's to grip the concrete as they pour around them. And that, I'm not exactly sure how tall this is going to be, but it's going to be similar to the height of this one. And all of this is being torn down. And there's going to be new buildings going up over here on this parcel. I wanted to turn around and check out this blank wall. Giant blank wall. Yeah, as a public artist, this is a giant blank canvas to my eyes, and I really could do something amazing on this wall if someone were to fund it. Something this size would be in the neighborhood of $50,000 to $100,000. The install costs alone are somewhere probably $30,000. Who knows? Yeah, it adds up fast, but I can show you an idea that just comes to mind right now. Yeah, something like that. And I could do it. I'm capable of doing it, but I can't afford to do it. And if anyone wants to help fund a new mural on this wall, please reach out. I'll flash my website on the screen right now. Yeah, so this parking lot is supposed to be a development parcel where a new building will go. And that's the reason why this wall is blank. A new building's supposed to be built right up against that building. But personally, I think this parcel would be amazing and perfect for a park. It's actually like, it would really make this square so much better. There's only one park in the Bullfinch Triangle. That's Portal Park. I showed that in my last video. It's the park where the tunnel portal starts to go under Boston and over the Zakim Bridge. There's about 6 parking lots in the Bullfinch Triangle and only one park. And technically and theoretically and technically all these parking lots are future development parcels where buildings will go. But I say turn those parking lots into parks. Hell, even build an underground parking garage. You can do that here. Put a park on top, like Post Office Park. I'll show that parking garage later on. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. This tower is gonna really change what this intersection is gonna look like. I'm looking forward to seeing the progress. All right, let's go to the next project. All right, here we are. This building was just finished in the last year. It's still getting its final dressings and windows and facade put together. And the inside is all being outfitted with all the sheetrock and wiring and all the different finishes. This building went up so fast. I was amazed. I was amazed. I'll show you some pictures and give you dates to each picture. It's gonna be a little bit of work to put those together, but I'll do it for you. This is a concrete core building, or the whole thing's built, the structure's built out of concrete. And it's pretty amazing how fast they can pour these forms, and they just march right up the side of the building with the formwork, floor after floor. And there's going to be another building built right here, pretty sure. I think that garage is getting covered up, and then the rest of this garage is being torn down. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that building. Let's move on to the next project. Okay, here we are at City Hall Plaza. This is a real exciting project. This is so many years in the making. They're redoing City Hall Plaza with trees and grass. They're ripping out the old fountain that used to be down here, that used to leak into the Green Line tunnel, which is right through City Hall Plaza as well. They ripped out some new stuff they put in here about 10 years ago. That all got ripped out. I'm not exactly sure when the completion date to this project is, but it's pretty exciting. And it's gonna look a lot different than it has in the last 50 years. I have some big ideas for City Hall. It's a blank canvas in my mind. Everyone says it's an ugly building, but I see a forest of trees. I would love to turn this building into a beautiful forest of trees. And I'll show you some pictures of that right now. Yeah, something along those lines. I have some crazy ideas. But this is really exciting. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do to this space. All right, let's move on to the next project. So here we are in front of the new project description. And you can see what they have planned. Again, it looks like it's mostly hardscape with some trees, a lot of trees actually. I don't really see any grass, which I guess, and there's some, yeah, it's, at least it'll have more shade. And then you can see the plan down here. Yeah, it's mostly hardscape. I think there's going to be a fountain over here. Yeah, I guess I approve. I can tell you one thing that I'm not a fan of is this tea station right here. This is like an abomination. And they make it look even better in this rendering than it does in real life. When you look at it in real life, you don't get to see through it, like it's not even there, like they always show it. The windows are dirty. It basically blocks the Sears Crescent building. This is a really beautiful building right here. And this glass monstrosity blocks it. There's no reason for it to be this tall. There's none. It just like doesn't make any sense. It's like they spent money just to spend money. You know how expensive that glass is? And oh, and there's one smashed right here. Yeah. I mean, granted, the smashed glass actually looks pretty cool. But I am not a fan at all of this T head house. It's too big. And it blocks the Sears Crescent building. Alright, I'm not done with my rants. Here on the sidewalk, we have a plaque that say, "Friends, look up and see the North Church tower were shown 2 lantern lights on the night of April 18th, 1775 to send Paul Revere on his famous ride and begin the American Revolution. This view preserved for all future generations by the colleagues of the Boston Redevelopment Authority in the year of 1960. Yeah, unfortunately, there's always a truck that wants to park next to me, but unfortunately, when you look up, if you look all the way that way where you're supposed to see the Old North Church tower, the giant glass head house blocks it. I mean, you can kind of see it, but a lot of it's blocked and some of it sticks up above. But that giant overbuilt government center head house is too tall.
That's it.
Anyway,
That's all I have to say about that.
that's all I have to say about that. Let's move on to the next project. I want to stop here to show you this building right here. I have before and after photos when that building was being built. It's an office building, but here are those photos. It's cool, right? And this is the old State House where the Declaration of Independence was read for the first time, and it's read every year from the balcony. And there's an Orange Line tea station underneath it. And there's so many other things about it. I know, but we need to go on to the next construction project. Let's go. So here we are in front of Faneuil Hall. And right there is Sam Adams. He's a known terrorist to the English. And next to him over here is Kevin White. And Kevin White was mayor of Boston from 1968 to 1984. And Kevin White actually went to high school with my dad, and they were in the same class together. And my dad actually beat him in class election to be class president. And Kevin White was vice president. And he was a great mayor. He actually turned Boston around. Boston was a real shithole in 1968. But he made some really great decisions and really had faith in the city when so many people abandoned the city to move out to the suburbs. He was a very tall man. I think he was taller than my dad. Actually, I'm not sure. Or I had that backwards. My dad was tall. He was like 6'2". Not sure how tall Kevin was. Yeah, my dad died when I was 2. So I never got to know my dad, and I never got to meet Kevin White. but that's just how it goes. Now check this out. That building we were just at sticks above. It sticks above City Hall right here. It's really tall. It's not the worst looking building.